e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, d3, bishop c5, bishop takes c6, d takes c6, castle kingside, knight d7, knight bd2, castle kingside, knight c4, rook e8, a4, a5, h4, knight b6, knight e3, bishop takes e3, f takes e3, knight d7, bishop d2, knight f6, knight h2, h5, queen f3, queen e7, bishop c3, c5, b3, knight g4, bishop e1, rook a6, bishop g3, rook g6, knight takes g4, bishop takes g4, queen f2, rook d8, king h2, b6, queen d2, f6, queen c3, rook d6, rook f2, king h7, rook a f1, bishop e6, rook f3, rook g4, queen e1, queen e8, king h1, queen g6, queen f2, queen e8, rook a1, king g8, bishop h2, rook g6, queen f1, queen d7, rook b1, rook g4, rook g3, rook takes g3, bishop takes g3, bishop g4, rook a1, queen e6, queen f2, king f7, rook f1, king e8, queen e1, king d7, queen c3, king c8, king g1, king b7, rook f2, queen e8, rook f1, queen g6, king h2, bishop e6, queen e1, queen g4, queen c3, Bishop D7. Queen E1. Bishop C6. Queen F2. Rook D8. Rook A1. Rook H8. Queen F3. Queen E6. Rook F1. Rook H6. Queen E2. Queen E8. Queen D1. Rook H8. Bishop E1. Bishop D7. King H1. Queen G6. King H2. Rook D8. Bishop G3. Queen G4. Queen takes G4. Bishop takes G4. King G1. C6. Rook A1. Rook A8. Bishop E1. B5. King F1. King B6. Bishop C3. B4. Bishop B2. Rook D8. King E1. King C7. King D2. King D6. Rook F1. King E6. King E1. Rook G8. King F2. G5. H takes G5. F takes G5. King G3. Rook D8. Rook F2. C4. B takes C4. C5. Rook D2. Rook C8. Bishop A1. Rook F8. C3. Rook F1. Bishop B.